Every e-commerce founder wants more sales, more traffic, more customers, more orders. So they spend weeks improving ads, testing creatives, optimizing landing pages, hiring agencies. But here's the strange part. Even if you got your customer acquisition costs down by 20%, your business could still struggle to grow. Because the biggest problem isn't how much it costs to acquire a customer. It's what happens after they buy. Most brands don't lose money because their ads are bad. They lose money because they treat their first purchase like the finish line, when it's actually the starting line. Let's imagine you sell a product for $60. It costs you $18 to manufacture, shipping is another $7, payment fees, packaging, returns. Now you spend $30 to acquire that customer. On paper, you made a sale, but in reality, you barely made any money. Sometimes you actually lost money. And that's becoming more common every year. Advertising gets more competitive, clicks become more expensive, margins get smaller. Which means something interesting happens. Your first sales slowly stops becoming profitable, and that's okay, because the best brands were never trying to make their profit on the first sale. This is where most founders think differently. They ask, how can I reduce CAC? But the better question is, how can I increase the value of every customer? Those are completely different businesses. One is constantly chasing cheaper customers, the other is making every customer worth more. That's customer lifetime value. LTV isn't a metric, it's a philosophy. Instead of squeezing more performance out of your ads, you build a business where customers naturally come back, and every repeat purchase makes your original acquisition cost smaller. Imagine spending $40 to acquire someone. If they only buy once, that $40 is expensive. But if they buy 5 times in 1 year, that same $40 suddenly becomes incredibly cheap. The acquisition cost didn't change. Customer did. This is where email marketing gets misunderstood. People think email marketing is sending newsletters, discount campaigns, or holiday promotion. Email is actually a retention system. It's the bridge between someone's first purchase and your second. Because without that second purchase, your first one often isn't enough. Think about what happens after someone orders. Most brands send an order confirmation, maybe a shipping email. Then, silence. Weeks go by. The customer forgets the brand exists. Eventually, they buy from someone else. Not because they prefer another brand, because they remembered another brand. Businesses that grow don't leave that relationship to chance. They educate customers, they tell stories, they answer objections, they introduce complementary products, they celebrate milestones, they ask for reviews, they reward loyalty, they stay present. Every one of those emails increases the chance that one customer becomes a repeat customer. The interesting thing is, the internet teaches founders to obsess over acquisition because acquisition is visible. Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads. Everyone talks about scaling ads. Very few people talks about scaling relationships. But relationships are what creates predictable businesses. Not everyone can build customers who keep coming back without being convinced all over again. That's why retentions compounds. Free customers you keep making the next month easier. Every customer you lose forces you back into the advertising treadmill. The brand that survives the next decade won't necessarily have the best ads or the biggest budgets. They will have the highest customer lifetime value because they understand something simple. The first sale isn't where you make your money, it's where you earn the right to make your second sale. And that second sale is usually where the real profitability begins. Running a D2C brand, that's what this channel is about. Not marketing hacks, not growth tricks, just the systems that turn customers into long term revenue. Subscribe if that sounds useful.